Hello everybody, it's the Worm. Welcome back to Steins Gate. Last time we've started our plan, which is to repair Suzuha's time machine so that she can go back to 1975 and bring us an IBN 5100, which we will then use to enter CERN's database and delete the record of our first D-mail so that CERN won't come a-knocking on our door. At least something like that. I think I'm not too clear on some of the specific details of that, but I think that's the plan. And in the meantime, while Daru's doing most of the repair work here, which he can do because apparently the time machine is similar to the phone wave, which is quite interesting. While that's happening, the rest of the crew, well, Mayuri and Okabe for sure, we are going out of our way to try and find any info on Suzuha's dad. The only lead we have is the pin he left behind. So, let's, I think we're continuing down that little side adventure, so let's see what that brings us today. Based on recommendations from the BBS thread, I spend the morning visiting stores in Akiba. My destinations run the gamut from otaku stores packed with anime goods to souvenir shops full of Olympic memorabilia. I even visit a few that specialize in locally manufactured goods. But although I hit about just every kind of store that could be considered niche, I am unable to find anything that resembles Suzuha's pin. Maybe I should go all the way to Ikebukuro or Nakano. I start heading back to the lab, but just then, a street vendor catches my eye. The storekeeper is a foreigner covered in tattoos. The table next to him is covered with accessories and other fashion items. This is the first time I've seen such a stylish street stand in Akiba. Most vendors just sell random junk. It's not like I have anything to lose, so I walk over and check out the selection. Among the various accessories, I see a number of metal pins. What a coincidence! Could he have a pin like Suzuha's? I don't see the OSHM A7010 logo on any of the displayed accessories, but I'd better ask just to be sure. He's a foreigner? So maybe I should use English. Oh my goodness. How is this gonna go? Our eyes meet. His are as bright and blue as the sky. I quickly look away. Damn, he must think I'm a coward. Better get this over with.
Hey, Master! I am mad scientist. So cool! Son of a bitch!
Well, one benefit to this is I won't have to read his lines. And as of course, we have the common English greeting, yes.
Hi, 何ですか?
Ah, he can speak Japanese. Which you would think would probably be the case if he's here selling stuff in Japan. Hi, can I help you? He smiles a wide, toothy smile. Nice teeth. And answers in Japanese. I was hoping for more of a reaction.
ちょっと聞きたいことがある。
I have a question, if you don't mind. I take the photocopy of Suzuha's pin out of my pocket.
これに見覚えが?
Does this look familiar? The man stares at it for a while, then shrugs and shakes his head in an exaggerated manner typical of Westerners.
これの出所が知りたい。調べることはできないか?
I want to know where it came from. Can you help me find out?
思い出し思い出しsorry ちょっと難しいですね。
remember? Sorry, it's a little difficult, eh? What is he saying?
By the way これはどこで手に入れたものなんですか？
By the way, where'd ya get this thing?
それを知りたい。報酬は出す。
That's what I want to know. I'll compensate you.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. He apologizes in broken Japanese. It looks like this is another dead end. Just in case, I give him my contact information and ask him to get in touch if he finds out anything. Then I turn to leave.
岡部倫太郎
Oh, hey, Suzuha. Suzuha's standing a short distance away. She's holding a drink. It's my favorite Dr. No, wait. That's a cola.
Please 飲む
Sup? Want a drink? I accept the offer and quench my thirst while leaning on the roadside fence. Last time I saw her, Suzuha was on her way back to Kanda to continue the search. How long has she been standing here?
成果は
Anything?
なし
Nope.
それよりささっきの英語何
So, what was with your English back there?
なんかバカっぽかったそうクールって
It sounded dumb.
この時代だとああいう英語が標準なの
Is that standard English in this era? Suzuha, I question your use of the word era here. Although, I guess the way she's thinking about it, it could be something like the pre-CERN era versus the post-CERN era. But it's only been, what, from your perspective, what is it, 26 years in the past? 2036 to 2010? That's not much of an era.
そんなわけあるか。
Of course not.
そうなんだじゃあ岡部倫太郎オリジナルか私の生まれた時代にはさ海外旅行なんてなかったからよくわかんないんだよね
Oh, so it's an Okabe Rintaro original. There's no overseas travel in my time, so I wouldn't know.
海外旅行がない行ったことがないではなく
No overseas travel? What, you mean at all?
そう旅行なんて娯楽はなかったな渡航許可はめったに下りなかったしだから外国人を見たのはこの時代に来てから
Pretty much. Travel permits are hard to get, and they'd never issue one for a vacation. I'd never seen a foreigner before coming to this time. Huh. So in the future, no one is allowed to leave Japan? Japan was like that a few centuries ago, too, when the Tokugawa shogunate closed the country to the west. Sounds like CERN set international relations back hundreds of years. Perhaps that's why there's no war in Suzuha's time. It's hard for conflicts to emerge when races and cultures can't interact. It sounds kind of like a prison with invisible walls, administrated by CERN and the Committee of 300. Administrated. I would have said administered, but okay. Administrated by CERN and the Committee of 300. I mean, ending war is obviously a good thing, but anyway, there's no point in thinking about the distant future now. We need to come up with a new plan. Yeah, it's the whole ends versus means discussion. I mean, I won't. It just depends on your outlook on morality and philosophy. That sort of thing. So clearly for CERN, or whoever controls CERN, the committee, they think whatever means necessary to get the ends they desire. So, you know, and obviously they've chosen some pretty evil means to get there. The sunlight beats on my head, making it hard to think. I feel like I'm standing in a sauna. Why does the sun hate me so much? Shining in the center of the sky like it owns the damn place. Damn it. Why can't we find any information on that pin? I suppose it's no skin off my back if we don't find Suzuha's father. As long as Daru fixes the time machine, nothing else matters. So, why do I feel so bad about my lack of progress? I really don't know. Maybe I'm just frustrated by my own powerlessness. I can't save Mayuri. I can't fix Suzuha's time machine. I can't even help Krisu with the time leap machine upgrade. Yeah, it's funny. Last episode we got the information that Okabe actually invented the device that tracks the amount of divergence from Suzuha's original world line. And I don't think I mentioned it, but I can remember thinking about... I had a thought. It was something like... Well, it's something like... It's similar to what Okabe is thinking here. Where I was thinking, man, this feels like the first sort of original thing Okabe's done. Now, of course, we have the prominent example of the phone wave. And we have all the different devices that they made in the lab before the phone wave. But in a lot of those cases, Daru was there helping along. And in a lot of cases, it feels like Daru does most of the work. You know, so Okabe at this point, he's kind of, rather than being an inventor or mad scientist, it's more like he's able to gather the right people and push them in a certain direction, you know? But it was very interesting to see that we actually had something that he invented. Of course, he hasn't invented it yet, that's for the future, but I mean, it does show that he at least has some... Well, it shows that not only does he have the ability to create something like that, but it seems that he has become, in the future, he has become more aware of the, whatever this reading Steiner effect is, if he's able to keep track of it like that. So I'd say you're probably going to get better, Okabe, with time. So what am I good for? The only thing I can do is help Suzuha find her father.
もしかして近年中に作られるピンバッジなんだろうか。まだできていないとか。
Maybe this pin is newer than we think. I mean, maybe it hasn't been made yet. Suzuha stretches, then looks at me with a calm smile.
やっぱさ、父さんとは会えない運命なんだって。こんだけ探してもないんだから、もう無理無理、全然無理だね。
Maybe I'm just not meant to meet him. I mean, we've tried everything and still no sign. It's just not in the cards, I guess. I feel a surge of anger at her words. Here I am, stewing in self-loathing, and she acts like it doesn't matter?
諦めるのか。まだあと1日残っているぞ。
How can you give up? We still have one more day.
何怒ってんの？
Why are you getting mad?
みんなお前のためを思って頑張っているのだと分かっているのか。
Everyone's fighting for your sake. Don't you get it?
俺だってマユリを助けることを何より優先したいんだ。
Me? I want to prioritize Mayuri over everything else.
それでもお前はラボメンであり仲間だ。その仲間が困っているから助けたい。そんなマユリの気持ちを汲んでこうして探しているのに。
But you're still a lab mem, a friend. When a friend's in trouble, you want to help them. That's how Mayuri felt, and I agree. That's why I'm searching.
お前が真っ先に諦めてどうする
How dare you be the first to give up?
怒鳴んないでよ。
You don't have to yell.
あまり俺を萎えさせるな
Don't disappoint me like this. I tell myself to calm down. This is just my own feelings of impotence boiling over. There's no time for this.
悪かったよ。でも君さ、言い方が上から目線すぎると思うよ。
I'm sorry, but maybe you should think about how I feel? I realize that we have an audience. Some pedestrians are grinning at us like they think we're a bickering couple or something. I take a deep breath.
言い過ぎたのなら謝る
You're right. I shouldn't have said that. It's too awkward to make eye contact. So I look around, pretending to think.
さてこれからどうするか
Alright, what next? I wonder how the other lab mems are progressing. I'm especially concerned about Daru. Depending on the situation, he might need some relief. He's been working in that heat for hours, so we should bring him something cold to drink. And then there's Mayuri. She's been working alone, trying to find some information on Suzuha's father. If I close my eyes, I can still recall her deaths, in every detail. I resist the urge to pound my head against the wall. Although we still have over 24 hours before that happens, I can't help but worrying about leaving her alone. But currently, all I can do is search for that pin. We decide to try Ikebukuro as our last stop for the day. It would be nice to visit home, but I don't have the time. And besides, Suzuha's with me. Our search turns up nothing. As the evening wears on without a single lead, Suzuha and I grow quieter and quieter. We're exhausted from walking, and we can't shake the feeling that all our efforts are futile. This isn't good.
そういえば
By the way, I try stirring up conversation. I should get her to talk about the future. After all, she is a time traveler. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. I remember how shocked Krisu was to learn that she only lives to be 44. And I was told that I become a terrorist.
2036年では俺は本当に有名なのか
Am I really famous in 2036?
テロリストとしてね。
As a terrorist?
そうか
Right.
それで俺は一体どんなテロ行為を
So, what did I do to be called a terrorist?
セルンに反逆したの。君はさ、私が所属してたレジスタンスの設立メンバーの一人だったんだよ。私の父さんと同じくね。
You rebelled against CERN. You're actually one of the founding members of the Resistance, just like my dad. I helped found the Resistance. I guess it makes sense, given what we're going through now. Suzuha is from the future of this timeline, where Mayuri is doomed to die, and where CERN kidnaps Krisu and forces her to build a time machine. In a future like that, how could I not rebel against CERN? Rebellion against dark powers that control the world from the shadows, destroying the ruling structure of the world, creating a new age of chaos. Weren't those always my ambitions as a mad scientist?
くだらない
How stupid.
くだらない？
Stupid.
マユリを助けることもできずのうのうと生き続けた挙句にそんな中二病みたいな真似をしているなんてな
How can I still be chasing some Chunibyo fantasy when I couldn't even save my Yuri?
世界に自由を取り戻そうとする 勇敢で立派な志だと思うけど。
You're fighting to free humanity. I think it's a noble cause. Suzuha is part of the resistance I form. Does that mean she's my subordinate in the future?
俺はどんな男だった？
What sort of man am I? Suzuha's expression darkens.
だから、私は会ったことないって言ったでしょ？
I said we never met, remember?
そうだったか。
Never?
うん。君はさ、セルンに殺されたの。2025年に。
Never. You were killed by CERN in 2025. I was killed by the same people who killed Mayuri. They had no reservations about murdering an innocent girl. I doubt they would hesitate to kill a terrorist.
もっと早く教えとくべきだったかも。
Maybe I should have told you sooner.
わかるでしょ？未来を変えないとさ、君はあと15年で死んじゃうんだ。
Understand? If you don't change the future, you're going to die in 15 years.
椎名真由里も助からない。君も助からない。マキセ・クリスは無理やりセルンに協力させられてる。ラボメンはみんな不幸になってるんだ。
Sheena Mayuri will die. You will die. Makise Kurisu will be a slave to CERN. It ends badly for every lab mem.
ダルは？
What about Daru?
彼の名前は聞いたことないな。ウィザード級ハッカーの伝説っていうのはちらっと聞いたことがあるけどね。
I don't remember hearing about him. I have heard legends of a wizard-class hacker, though.
そもそもウィザード級ってどういう意味なのかすら知らないけど。
Though, I don't understand what wizard class means in the first place. Wizard class. I coined that term. I can imagine Daru slowly insinuating himself. Insinuating himself. I mean, I've heard of insinuate before. Yeah, I've only heard it as in... Yeah, okay, there are two definitions here. Hinting at something bad in an indirect or unpleasant way. That's what I've heard. But apparently it's also using subtle manipulation to maneuver oneself in a favorable position. Okay. Yeah, I've only ever heard it used in that first way. Okay, yeah, that works. I can imagine Daru slowly insinuating himself into every corner of the internet, until he becomes a godlike virtual presence that not even CERN can comprehend.
とにかくさ、君たちだけを見ればこんな未来ってないよね。
Anyway, I don't want that to happen to you guys.
だからなおさら、私が IBN5100 を手に入れてきて、未来を変えなきゃって思ってる。
That's one more reason I need to find an IBN 5100 and change the future.
この時代に来るまでは、君たちは遠い存在だったけど、今では仲間だしさ。
Until I came to this time, you guys were just stories, history. But now, you're my friends.
なんとかしたいんだ。
I want to save you.
助かる。
Appreciated.
お前はこれからも永遠にラボメンだ。
You are a lab mem, now and forever.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. We haven't had a message in our phone for a while. Or at least it feels like it's been a while. Question from Krisu. Are you sure I can finish the time leap machine in a day? We still haven't found our lifter substitute, remember? I can't complete the upgrade without it. I already told Krisu that I was confident in her ability to complete the time machine, or the machine on time. But it occurs to me that I forgot to tell her about the 42-inch CRT. Oh no! That's not so good. Yeah, that's a big whoopsie-daisy there. Okay, our lifter is the 42-inch CRT downstairs. The electrical discharge phenomenon occurs when it's turned on, so don't worry about it, just finish the upgrade. There. That should do it. Yeah, that was a pretty big... that was not so good. Yeah, I mean, I get it. A lot is on your mind, but... that could have been a catastrophe right there. Yeah, you need to start writing things down. Although, of course, you can't bring it back with you with Time Leap. It's just get a checklist and then read it before sending, before doing a Time Leap. Just do a quick, some bullet points. Just write down things you absolutely need to make sure happen before moving on. Okay. I send a reply and decide to keep searching for the pin with Suzuha just a bit longer. Time is quickly running out. Is there anything more we can do? I don't know, man. Okay, it's early evening, but the roof of Radicon is still hotter than hell. I provide Daru with the refreshing gift of Dr. P. A frown appears on his sweaty face.
ここはキンキンに冷えたカロリーゼロのコーラだろう。常識的に考えて。
You're supposed to give me an ice-cold, zero-calorie cola. Common sense, man. I forgot he's a cola guy. No sense letting it go to waste. I drink the Dr. P myself. Daru and Suzuha start discussing the time machine. Mayuri and I watch from a short distance away. You know, earlier, Suzuha had a cola too. They're obviously related. There we go. That's the evidence we needed.
ねえねえオカリン、あの人工衛星がタイムマシンだったなんてびっくりしたね。
Hey Ocarine, isn't it amazing that the satellite was a time machine?
ああ、そうだな。
Yeah, I guess so. I thought that Tidor's time machine was a car, a 1970s Chevy. It never even occurred to me to suspect the satellite. I should know better than to take anything for granted. In retrospect, the satellite was suspicious from the start. Not only had it appeared out of nowhere, but Tidor only started posting online after it showed up. I'm disappointed in myself for not realizing the connection.
ビルに突き刺さっちゃってるけど、すずさんが無事でよかったね。
I'm glad Suzu-san wasn't hurt in the crash. I doubt it was anything like a crash. Probably just appeared there, displacing the wall, which then collapsed around it. What does that mean exactly, displacing the wall? I mean, we already heard, the horror stories of the Jello Men. Where they were, they time traveled back and were found within walls and stuff like that. So obviously, whoever made this time machine was able to fix that little issue. Let's just be thankful, it didn't displace any people. After all, the time machine isn't self-propelled. It doesn't fly.
あれって操作がとっても難しいんだって。
I heard it's really hard to drive. I guess she heard that from Suzuha.
重力うんたらかんたら装置の座標がちょっとでもずれるとね、タイムマシンごとゼリーマンになっちゃってプルンプルンかなんだそうです。
If the gravitational whatchamacallit coordinates are just a teensy bit off, the whole time machine becomes a jelly man and goes ploop. Yeah, that doesn't sound too good.
しかもね、あのタイムマシーンってセルン製じゃないからあんまり安定してないって。
And she even said her time machine is unstable since it's not a CERN model.
1975年に行く時が心配だな。
I'm worried about her trip to 1975.
二人乗りだったらね、一緒に行ってあげられたのにね。
Do you think I should go with her? I wonder if I'd fit.
お前が一緒に行ってどうするのだ？
What would you do in 1975?
決まってるよ。すずさんの手をギューって握ってね。大丈夫、マユシーが一緒だから大丈夫だよって応援してあげるの。
I'd cheer Suzu-san on, of course. I'd hold her hand super tight and tell her that everything's gonna be okay. Something tells me that won't be of much help.
ねえねえオカリン、あのタイムマシンって名前はついてるのかな？
Hey, Ocarine, do you think the time machine has a name?
名前か。
Name? That's the least of what I want to know about the time machine. Time permitting, I'd like to spend a whole day picking at Suzuha's brain. I'm pretty sure John Titor's time machine has a model number, but the John Titor from 2000 might not have been Suzuha. There was no John Titor in 2000 on this world line, after all. Although I suppose it's possible that Suzuha will drop by 2000 after traveling to 1975.
気になるならタイターに直接聞けばいい。
If you want to know, just ask Titor.
あ、そうだね。マユシうっかりしてたよ。
Oh yeah, I usually didn't think of that. Mayuri giggles, then runs off to talk to Suzuha. She comes back quickly.
名前あった。
Yep, it has a name.
どんな名前だったんだ？
What is it?
FG204 なんとかなんとかだって。
FG204 something something, she said. Something something?
っていうかね、ダルくんとすずさんって結構お似合いだと思わない？
Anyway, don't you think Daru-kun and Suzuku-san are a good match? Well, I if what I thought, if my guess is correct, I sure hope not. Mayuri.
はあ？
Mayuri's jumping all over the place today. I look at Daru and Suzuha again.
お似合いか？ダルはそもそもフェイリス萌えなのだぞ。
How do you figure? Daru's all about favorites, you know.
あ、そっか。そうなのかな。
Oh. Really? She tilts her head to the side. Good grief. Mayuri and I aren't of any use. I would prefer to leave Daru and Suzuha to it and resume the search for Suzuha's father, but Mayuri seems happy just sitting here. We don't have any leads on the pin or its owner. Maybe 2 days just aren't enough? Now that's quitter's talk. Like I told Suzuha, I don't want to give up. Besides, even if we don't get the information we need this time, I can use the time leap machine to repeat these 2 days until we do.
そういえばマユリ、コス作りはどうした？
Oh yeah, Mayuri, what happened to your costumes? There's only a few more days until Komima. I remember Mayuri pulling several all-nighters to get her costume done. Has that changed?
あのね、もう2着はできてるよ。楓ちゃんと吹雪ちゃんの分。
I already made 2 costumes. One for Kaede-chan and another for Fubuki-chan.
3着目はルカ子に着てもらうためのものだったか。
Weren't you making a third one for Lukako?
そうなんだけどね。ルカちゃんが説得できなかったから、今回は諦めたの。
Yeah, I was, but I couldn't convince her, so I gave up this time.
ねえねえ、マユシンもタイムマシン、もっとよく見てきていいかな。
Hey, can Mayushi take a closer look at the time machine?
誰たちの邪魔はするなよ。
Just don't get in their way.
はーい。
Okay. Mayuri beams happily, then runs over to the time machine. She's acting like this is a field trip. Behind her, the sun glows dark and orange on the horizon. It's quite a view from up here. After a few minutes watching the sunset in silence, I realize that Suzuha is standing behind me. She must have come over as Mayuri left. Our shadows are long and murky in the fading light.
橋田至ってすごいね。タイムマシンさ、突貫工事とはいえ、うまくすると明日には直せるかもって。
Hashida Itaru's amazing. He said if things go well, he could have the time machine fixed by tomorrow.
ダルの実力は折り紙付きだ。
He's a man who gets things done.
見た目は不節制そうで冴えない感じなのにね。
And he looks so unhealthy and slow.
見た目で判断するな。
Don't judge a book by its cover.
考えを改める。
Yeah, I have a better impression of him now.
あのさ、
hey,
今言わないと機会を永遠に逃しちゃいそうだから言うけど。
there's something I want to say, and I feel like I'll never get another chance.
なんだ。大げさだな。
Why so melodramatic?
私さ、君たちには本当に感謝してるんだ。
I'm really grateful to you. All of you.
初めてこの時代に来た時、私の知ってる人は誰もいなくて、戦ってばっかりだった私の時代とは全然違ってて。
When I came to this time, I didn't know anyone. I was all alone in the world, completely different from my own.
この時代の方がすごく平和なのにさ、なんだか私にとってはすごく怖かった。
This era is so peaceful. It's a wonderful thing, but it scared me. All I knew was the fight against CERN.
でもさ、今こうして自分の全てを晒せる友達、仲間ができた。
But now I have friends. Real friends who I can share my secrets with.
私が生まれる前に生きていた人たちと出会えて、私のためなんかにみんな頑張ってくれてる。
All these people who lived before I was born are working so hard for my sake.
それってとっても奇妙で、だけどとっても嬉しいんだよね。
It's a strange feeling, but a happy one too.
その気持ちは本当だから。
I wanted you to know that. Suzuha's tone is wistful. Why? I try to speak, but she continues before I can.
この時代に来ることができて、君たちと同じ時間を過ごせて、私本当に楽しかった。
Living with you guys in this time, it's been really fun.
っていうか、君たちみんな揃いも揃って我が強くて、癖があっていろいろと濃すぎて、最初はなんだこいつらなんて思ってたけどさ。
When I met you, you were all so strange, unique, and over the top. I was kind of shocked at first, actually.
いつの間にか君たちといる時間が楽しくなってたよ。
But before I knew it, I started to enjoy spending time with you.
2036年はさ、とっても平和で喧嘩すら起きないんだ。知ってた
2036 is peaceful too. People don't even fight anymore. Did you know that?
知るわけがない。俺は2036年まで生きていないからな。
How could I? I'm not even alive in 2036, right? Oh, right. Sorry.
とにかくさ、喧嘩すら起きない。およそ争いって名のつくものは、ミクロなものからマクロなものまで全部消えちゃった。
Anyway, people don't fight. Ever. About anything. All forms of conflict, war included, have vanished. Poof. Without a trace.
その代わり、みんな死んだ魚みたいな目をしてた。
Instead, everyone has dead eyes like fish.
誰も覇気がなくて、歩く足はズリズリってすり足で。
No one has ambition. Nobody dreams. They just trudge through their lives without a single complaint.
笑いはするけど、怒ったり悲しんだりはしなくて。
Oh, sure, people smile, but they never get angry or sad.
個性なんて誰も持ってなかった。みんなロボットみたいだった。
There's no individuality. Everyone's a robot.
この前、君が私にすごく怒ったでしょ。
You got really mad at me before, remember?
あの時さ、すごくびっくりして、すごくショックだったんだけど、同時にすごく嬉しくなったんだよ。
I was really surprised, but at the same time, I was really happy.
変なやつだな。
You're a strange girl.
確かに。
I guess so. Suzuka looks at the time machine, Daru and Mayuri standing next to it, talking cheerfully about something or another.
君のラボに出入りしてるみんなは生き生きしててすごく眩しい。
They're all so bright and full of life. I envy you.
椎名真由里も橋田至も牧瀬クリスも、それに君も。
Shina Mayuri, Ashida Itaru, even Makase Kurisu, and of course, you.
何をバカな。
Don't be ridiculous. There's nothing enviable about me. I'm worthless. I can't even save Mayuri.
私もみんなみたいになりたいって思ったよ。
I want to be more like you.
俺からすれば、お前こそすごいと思うぞ。
If you ask me, you're the amazing one.
そう言ってもらえると嬉しいかも。
I'm happy to hear you say that.
こうして頑張れてるのも君たちと会えたおかげ。
Thanks to all of you that I'm still going strong.
ほんのちょっとでもラボメンの一員になれてよかった。
Being a lab mem, even for just a little while, was great. And she smiles. Soft, sad smile that tears at my heart. What does it mean?
ほんのちょっとの間でも君たちと一緒にいられてよかった。
Being with you guys, even for just a little while, was great.
スズハ？
岡部倫太郎、きっと未来を変えてね。今みたいな自由な世界に変えて。
Change the future, Okabe Rintaro. Make it a world like this one, where people can be free.
おい、どうしたんだ。なぜそんなに感傷的なのだ。
Hey, come on. Why are you being so sentimental? Does she not want to go to 1975? But I mean, she's got a time machine. Can't she just come back afterward? Even as I think it, I realize how wrong I am. Of course. When Suza completes her mission and brings us the IBN 5100, the world line will change. The future will be rewritten, and the 2036 she knows will cease to exist. To hear her describe it, the future is an awful place, but even so, it was her home. She has friends there, I'm sure. Comrades in arms, memories of her father barreled tight to her. Once the future changes, all of that will be lost to her forever. No wonder she's getting sentimental.
タイムマシンが治ったら、また盛大に宴会を開こう。
After we fix the time machine, Let's have a party.
Thank you.
And yet, he's still smiling that sorrowful smile. Oh boy. Well, that was kind of draining to read in more ways than one. Yeah. So then we get the, you know, I'm sure, well, I'm not sure actually. I'm a bit confused. So are we not, you know, and if this has already been answered, you could, you know, let me know. Because I'm still not entirely sure about the whole explanation of how all, you know, reality works in this story. But then, are we gonna get? Is it? Wouldn't it be a weird paradox situation? She goes to the past to get an IBN. We get the IBN. We change the future. And I guess would she disappear along with the reality? You know, because we switch it. But then if she never existed, how would she have gone back to get us the IBN? You know, it's like that sort of weird thing. Maybe there's a way that world lines work in this story that prevents that, I guess, but I don't know how to fit the pieces together if that's the case. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I think what I do know is I'm pretty sure I'm gonna call it today. That was a lot to... For some reason, my voice is getting kinda... well, it feels a bit strained from that. So, yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Heavy moments with Suzuha, for sure. And I'm a bit worried by Okabe's idea to throw a party, because our track record with the throwing parties... Well, we had one good one with Suzuha, but then the one with Mayuri, or with what happens to Mayuri, you know, it doesn't really go very well, so I don't know. In any case, I've been The Worm, this has been Steins Gate. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.